In this video we take a look at the railways in the Czech Republic. The railways in the Czech Republic are absolutely fascinating. They are so interesting and so different to back at home. So let's start this video off with the first station, which is Radiotín. This station is very interesting and it's a typical station of the Czech Republic. In this station the platforms are very narrow. So narrow in fact it's not really safe to stand on these platforms and wait for a train, because if two trains were to pass by at speed on either side of this platform there'd be not much room to stand. So the idea is that people are supposed to wait on the main platform over at the ticket office and only cross the tracks to the platform when the train arrives. Now this seems very different to England. It seems a bit unsafe, and I'd hope that the signalman would think us through to the extent where if he knows that a train's pulling into the station, he wouldn't then send a fast train whizzing past the station in between that train and the ticket office, knowing that everyone crosses over and most people don't even look each way as they cross each track over to their train. So it does seem odd, but it's very interesting. And now we get on a train in the Czech Republic. The first train we get on is a really nice double-deck train. This is a more modern train and has a nice sounding VF drive.
Praha, Velká Chuchla. Stanice Praha, Radotín.
And now we go to the next station we shall take a look at, which is Prague-Smíchov. This station's a bigger station, it's an interchange to the metro, and this station's very interesting. There's actually some workers repairing one of the tracks. This track was out of action, but the track right next to the workers was actually working and operating, and the level of health and safety which you expect to see in England, you pretty much don't see here. It's very interesting. And now we go along to Prague Central Station. This is a massive, great big station. It's the poshest station of all the stations I've seen in the Czech Republic. Let's take a look around.
Section of platform 3 scheduled
And now we get on the next train, which is a loco pool train. And this train is really interesting. In fact, the carriages are almost identical to the trains in Morocco. And what's really fascinating about these carriages is there's a glass door between each carriage and a carriage at the very rear. As there's only a loco at the front of the train and there's a glass door, you can actually get a nice rear track view as you go along, which is so nice. So let's sit on this train and just take a look at some interesting bits of the route from Prague to Hradec Králové. And this station we've pulled into is very interesting. Again, it's got narrow platforms. Stations are very small and there's not even much to them. And now we go along to Hradec Králové. This is a very interesting station. Let's take a look at some of the different trains here.
Přestupujte prospěšně na Věrnově, 11 hodin 3 minut. Přestupujte
And this train seems to be the Czech Republic equivalent to a pacer. And in the trailer, this big area at the back of the trailer where you get a nice track view just looks absolutely amazing. Sadly though, I didn't get to go on this train. So along to the next train I went on, which is a modern train. This train feels very German in design. It's got a fairly good sounding VF drive, although I would personally say it's a bit clean and boring compared to the last train I went on. Let's take a ride on it.
ve stylu opačné trasy kilometra.
Příští stanice Opatovice nad Labem zastavíme. Opatovice nad Labem.
And now along to the next station, which is Pardubice Central Station. This is a very big station, and this station looks very epic and there's lots to see here. Let's take a look around.
Stanice Pardubice, hlavní nádraží. Vlak je číslo 1037.
And some of the outer bits of the station away from the main platforms look very old fashioned and very interesting. And now along to the next station, which is Pardubice Racecourse. This is a tiny little station. There's so little to this station. It's like, how little infrastructure can you have and still count as a station? There's pretty much nothing here. This station has 2 tracks, but one of the tracks is completely rusty and never used. It's more like a siding track. So there's only 1 track in use. Hardly anyone's here. Trains are very infrequent. And when a train does come in, even though the siding track is not used at all, it's interesting to see it. All of the people still wait over in the main platform and don't cross over to the smaller platform until the train arrives, which is very interesting. So out of all of the train stations I've been to in the Czech Republic, this is probably the most pathetic one. This is all that consists of your 2 platforms. So it could be used as a passing place if one train needs to pass, but judging by the vowels, this track's never used, so everything comes in on this track. So here's your waiting room. It's closed, hasn't been used for a very, very long time. That's what your waiting room looks like. With most Czech Republic stations, the idea is you wait up the waiting room and you wait at this area because you don't know which track your train will arrive on. Then the platforms are so small, if 2 trains were to pass, even though that's not the case at this station, at more major stations, if 2 trains were to pass, if you were to stand like here, actually it's a bit wider, but some of them the platform's even smaller. So if you stood in the platform, 2 trains passed either side, that'd be a bit dangerous. The idea is you wait over in your waiting room, then you only cross the tracks over to where your train is when your train arrives. And now along to our final station in this video, which is Pardubice. This is a fairly small out-of-town suburban station, and most trains do not stop at this station, meaning you get to see a lot of express trains whizzing through it. We can get some nice evening scenes of trains whizzing through at dusk.
Untitled Chapter.